I'll do it. I'll do it. I don't necessarily remember fresh. Hi, I'm Sock Marionette, doing business as bargain counter argument, and I am a middle-aged lady in a tiara celebrating Vlogmas. It is day 6 of Vlogmas. So yesterday I did the stocking stuffer swap, which was something that was organized by Ambi Crafts Reads, and she matched me to Gina of Perfectly Imperfect Junk Journals. I'll link in the description for both of those channels. And so I opened the stuff she sent me, she opened the stuff I sent her, and a jolly time was had by all. And I got some really cool stuff that I am looking forward to enjoying, including some decorations that are going to go on my tree. This is the tree I always have in my bedroom, and I change it with the seasons. So it was, last year it was a Christmas tree, then it was a Valentine's Day tree, then it was a spring tree, then it was a summer tree, then it was a fall tree, and now it's about to be a Christmas tree. I actually took all of the ornaments off a few days ago, and while I was doing that, I discovered that some of the lights were no longer working, so I had to order replacement lights, not for the whole tree, just for the bottom part. So I just ordered one strand of replacement lights and an extension cord, because that was kind of something I wanted. And so I haven't decorated the tree yet, because I want to put those lights on before I do that. So the lights came yesterday afternoon, and so I can start in on that today. I didn't do it last night because I was tired, because after I recorded and posted the video about the stocking stuffer swap, a lot of S's to say in succession, I went to the shoreline. I didn't actually go to the shore this time. Like on Monday, I went to Milford, and I actually went out to the beach and walked around the boardwalk and took some video and pictures. This time, I just stayed on US Route 1 East, and just went to a few stores. I went to a consignment store that I have enjoyed in the past, picked up a couple of things there. Here's the deal, is that, okay, so this is what's going on in my house. Last year and the year before, we got, and this year too for that matter, we got jam advent calendars from Bon Maman, that each day has a little tiny jar of delicious jam, just different kinds of jams and spreads. It's really good. This morning we had, what was it? Apricot and lavender. And I don't normally like lavender, but they used just the right amount. So just enough to set off the apricot. It was really quite tasty, and just all kinds. And so we did this in 2023. And then after we were done and we washed out all the jars, and we were like, what do we do with them? Because we don't want to throw them away, because they look like they, come in handy someday. And Mom Marionette was like, why don't we do our own advent calendar next year? Like throughout the year, just pick up little things and put them in the advent calendar. And so we split that in half. I took the odd days because my birthday is November 1st, so it's an odd number in an odd numbered month. And she took the even. Her birthday is October 20th, so that's an even month, even day. So that was just like how I remembered. And then we'd split that up. And then we were going to do that again this year, but Mom Marionette had to deal with a lot of hassles this fall. So she was kind of not feeling it. And I was like, don't worry about it. I'll do it. I'll do it all. I'll do it. So yesterday I stopped by the Cedar Chest in Old Saybrook, which is a consignment store I very much like and have found some cool stuff there before. And I found something that's too big to fit in the advent calendar, but you can always just like put a little note or something that says, go find this. It's in this part of the house. It was a bear, of course. He's got a little plaid bow. Mom Marionette looked at it, she goes, ooh, I heard a rumor that you don't have a whole lot of plaid Christmas stuff. Watch my video. And not only that, but he was a set. It was the bear, and he came with a chair. Isn't that cool? And my mom's looking at it, and she said when she was a little girl, her when she was visiting her great uncle for the summer, and he lived in a community that had a lot of people who were like electricians and plumbers and carpenters, like a lot of artisans and journeymen. And the guy next door carved out of a single piece of wood. He carved a small chair that looked like this, and it was all carved out of a single piece of wood, and there's no joinery or anything. And she says, this kind of chair, and I don't know if it was painted gold or not, but she said it was very cool, and she said she had it for a very long, long time, and she was just wondering where it went. So we've got a bear in a chair. I believe his name is Charlie. However, so I was like, okay, well, I'll put a note in the advent calendar, and then we'll just, like, I'll stash him somewhere and we can retrieve him. But then I went to the Clinton Antique Center, another place I very much enjoyed, and I have some footage of that. And I found this little dude, and he's fully articulated. Well, his arms and legs are articulated. Like, you can move him, he can march, he can sit down, he can, do all kinds of things. However, he is not an exorcist bear. His head does not spin around. But isn't he jaunty? And he fit into the advent calendar. So he had a little note saying that he came with a friend. And his name is Chuck. So we've got Charlie and Chuck. And, they're so cute. And then I found a little something, something for myself. I did pick up a couple of other things. And the something, something I found for myself was, there's actually a story behind this. I know, don't you? ASMR, some ASMR unwrapping. And it's one of these guys. And he is a smaller reproduction of the life-size terracotta warriors of Zhan. That was a huge archaeological find, I believe in the 70s in China. Oh, he's still got his price tag on. And there we go. And in the late 90s, they came to the US, and they had kind of like they didn't bring them all, but they brought some of them, and they had this traveling exhibit. And I was taking a class, I was at Ventura Community College. I was taking a class in Chinese history, and the instructor said, this thing is going on at the Santa Barbara Museum of Art, and if you go and just like write a little paragraph, it doesn't have to be fancy or anything, just go, and you'll get some extra credit. And I told my dad about it, and he was like, oh, I want to go. So he and I went, and while we were there, and I can't remember if I bought this for myself or if he bought it for me. I think it was probably that he bought it for me, because that's the kind of thing he would do. This guy, let's see if I can. And now he has a buddy. So that was a very nice find. So that was the Clinton Antique Mall. And like I said, I have some footage. I'll see if I can. It's a little shaky because I didn't want to whip out the selfie stick and everything in a crowded environment. And they were doing some work on the building. So I didn't do that. But I do have some very shaky cam kind of footage. So the plan for today is to work on getting this tree decorated. I still haven't done the cart. It still has Nora Roberts on it. I haven't done the Christmas books because I have all these Christmas books and I've just kind of been pushing them off to the side all year as I acquire them. So I don't necessarily remember what all of them are. And that's cool. So I'm going to do that as a video tomorrow, because otherwise this thing's going to be even longer than it probably already is. I think I have like over 10 minutes of footage right now, and I don't know, it'll probably be edited down to about 7. And I still haven't done stuff. So what I'm going to do is stop jibber-jabbering to the camera and start jibber-jabbering behind the camera as I do the walkthrough and talk about what I'm hoping to accomplish today. Welcome to beautiful downtown my sitting room. I had this very, very tidy. And then when I did the big clean in my bedroom on Thursday, this got messy again. It's like one room can be clean, not both. So I'd like to get some of this stuff taken care of today. So let's take a look at what we're dealing with. Okay. I took a picture of all of the wonderful stuff Gina sent me, and that's still set up. So I'm going to figure out where I'm going to put those things. So that's one thing. That's like going to be the funnest part. And there's an empty box. There is the bag of books I picked up at Penny's. I still haven't recorded that video. Empty laundry basket. And a bag of crafting and wrapping supplies that I need to work with or store. So it's actually not too bad. Okay, here's what's going on with the bedroom. I just recorded my jibber jabber to the camera clip. So the ottoman is displaced just for reasons of filming. And I did find a spot where Charlie could hang out and Chuck. And they're in this little niche with a couple of other dolls. And as you can see, Chuck decided to perch himself right on top of the tree. So here's the tree, and I wanted to do a quick edit while I plug the lights in, and so you can see what I'm working with. Okay, it's a few minutes later. The extension cord was more of a battle than I thought it was going to be. It's a good cord, but I had to move furniture and stuff to plug it in. And as you can see, most of the tree is lit. I just need to fill in those bottom boughs. That's what that package over there is. So I will check in later when I have achieved some stuff. And right now, it's 8:40. I'm not going to know how long it's been until I do my editing and see what the clock said when I started and what it says now. However, I have done quite a bit. There's the tree. There's still some spots I want to fill in, but my back is starting to hurt. And I've reached the point in decorating when every time an ornament is hard to remove or put on the tree, it feels like those ornaments are doing it out of personal spite rather than just physical objects can be fiddly sometimes. Okay, so let's see. I placed a couple of those things that Gina gave me. There's a door hanger. Let's see if I can hold my selfie stick one-handed. There's a door hanger. The door hanger is there. And then on the other side is the hanging that says peace, joy, and believe. Does it clash with the purple? Maybe. Do I care? Nah. And then over here in the niche, they acquired some snacks. As you can see, these two, well, there's the fox as well. These three have some sushi, a bottle of perfume, and some champagne. Meanwhile, Charlie the new bear has, it looks like a glass of some kind of fruit punch or sangria or something, and a charcuterie plate. And so he's hanging out and probably sharing with Chuck. So I need to not do things for a while. I mean, not do huge physical tasks for a while. So I'm going to do some editing, maybe do some reading, and I will get back to you later. Okay, it is now just almost 7, about 5 to 7 in the evening, and I'm pretty much done for the day in terms of vlogging and doing clips. I did do some more fussing around with stuff after my last clip. I edited all my clips up to then. I started with 20 minutes of footage and got it down to 12. Hopefully it won't be much more than 15 by the time I finished recording this and put everything else in. And I had some lunch, mac and cheese from a box and garden salad, fresh. And miscellaneous other stuff. And I might do some miscellaneous messing around, like putting things away and stuff after I'm done. But mostly I think I'm just going to curl up with my laptop, do more editing, post the video, and continue reading Pucking Sweet by Emily Rath. It's a spicy hockey romance. So I lit this candle, which is called Sugar and Spice. I don't know if you can see that or not. I think that's pretty much it. I have some more decorating I'm going to do tomorrow. I want to get those Christmas books on the gold cart and maybe decorate that a little bit as well. And just general sort of messing around. I have some non-tree decorations I want to do. I decided to take the food ornaments off the food tree in my sitting room, and I'm doing that in gold. I've done about a half of it, and so I'll update you about that and all the other stuff tomorrow. And I'm going to close out with those clips from the Clinton Antique Center. And I hope you enjoy them. And if you like this video overall, please like, comment, share, subscribe, or don't. I'm not the boss of you. And I hope you have a good day or night.